chipping. I have a saying, if you could chip, you could score. And there is an opposite one, which is if you can't chip, you can't score. Of course, if you learn how to chip well, you have to be a good short putter, which I will talk about shortly. Short putter shortly. But if you could chip, you could score. And chipping well really takes two things. Number one, using the club that is easiest for you to use around the green. And the other is to practice. Because just using the right club and having a good technique, you're not going to have a great feel for hitting it the right distance. But in terms of using the right club, a chip and run, that was only popular the first 500 years of golf until people became wedgeaholics. 2 inches off the green, take a swing with a 60-degree wedge. I'm exaggerating, but the chip and run is so much easier when the ground is flat and firm, and just use a putting stroke, use a 6-iron, maybe an 8-iron, but learn that low chip and run. You know, I said wedgeaholic. If I want to be kind, I call them vegetarians. But if you could chip, you could score. Practice chipping. Try with different clubs. Try a low loft. There was a time, I don't know if this is exactly true, but they said Lee Trevino's favorite club to chip with was a 4-iron. So that is a low chip and run. That's how they played on the hard ground in Ireland and Scotland, England. They used a very low loft chip and run. And one of the greatest clubs never used, you've heard of clubs, the greatest club ever used. The greatest club never used is a chipper, which is very similar to a putter, but has the loft of approximately a 6-iron. People think that a chipper is illegal. A chipper is not illegal. There was a time when there was a 2-sided chipper, and that wasn't illegal, but it would count as 2 clubs. You might want to try a chipper. The greatest club never used. But the main thing, if you could chip, you could score.